Wendi Kelly has an inspirational story that we can all relate to. As a single mother, she came to CLC to study for her GED. She left CLC with an associate's degree. She used her talents to create a business where she provides one-on-one coaching, workshops on personal development, and motivational speaking. Wendi helps her clients to pursue the goals they have always dreamed of. She pursued her own dreams by co-writing and publishing 4 novels in 4 years. When she isn't speaking, writing, or coaching, she enjoys working in local theater, cooking, gardening, and photography. At this time, I would like to introduce our keynote speaker, Wendi Kelly.
I would like to thank Dwayne for making me cry right before I start this. So, thank you very much, Dwayne. I can't tell you what an honor it is to look out at all of your faces. I am just so excited to be here, and I just want to thank all of you for inviting me to come back here today. It is an honor to come here to where I was able to take the first steps to changing my own future, to where I was able to trade in my 2-time high school dropout label for the one that you are all achieving here today, GE graduate. It has been a very emotional remembering for me to think about what I wanted to talk about to you all today. Because while our journeys are all unique, in a lot of ways, they're very much the same. We have all had to come very similar ups and downs, journeys and challenges to get here today. And I have been touched to the bottom of my heart to go back and remember my own journey to get to where you are right now, and to have the opportunity to share it with you today. In 1975, as a freshman in high school, I was known by the labels given to me by my peers: bookworm, theater geek, and my own personal favorite, that really weird girl who spends all of her time reading books and never talks to anybody. But to tell you the truth, I never really spent much time thinking about what other kids said to me or the labels they gave to me, because I had dreams. I had hopes and ambitions for my future, and the only labels I cared about were the ones I planned on giving to myself. But 1 year later, my life took a drastic turn, and I found myself with 2 labels I had never intended on having: 16-year-old mother and high school dropout. My life took a drastic turn and was rudely interrupted by baby bottles, midnight feedings, and stinky diapers. I found myself working full-time to pay for my very first apartment as a 16-year-old mother. I went to beauty school so that I would have some kind of a career to support my child and myself. But my 1979, with that beauty license under my belt and a job that was somewhat stable, I decided that maybe life was settled down enough that I could go back to high school. You see, I hated that label of high school dropout. I didn't want to be known as a high school dropout, so I went back to that counselor's office and I signed up for my junior year at high school. I thought I would drop that label like a hot potato and get a new one, like maybe straight A student. However, being a full-time employee, full-time mom, and a full-time student, those are way too many labels to stick on this already exhausted body. And so I did the unthinkable. I went back into that guidance counselor's office and I dropped out. Again, Now I had 2 more labels to add to my collection: 2-time high school dropout and failure. I felt shame. I felt defeated. I felt less than all of those other kids who somehow managed to get this right. And so I did what all of you here today have done. I came to the College of Lake County to this wonderful opportunity, and I turned in my shame, and I turned in my failure, and I got a new label: GED graduate. But that doesn't really tell the whole story, does it? It doesn't tell the real story of how I got here, and that doesn't tell the story of how any of you got here today either. Because if it was as simple as just exchanging one label for another, we would all just upgrade our unwanted labels the way we upgrade our cell phones or our computers when they get old or undesirable. But we don't do that, do we? We hang on to labels that cause us shame or make us feel less than. Why do we do that? Why is it that sometimes we can upgrade a label the way that all of you have done here today, and sometimes we hang on to labels and believe in them as if they define who we are forever? All of you here today have gotten a brand new label. You have earned the label of graduate. But I need to tell you something. That label does not define you any more than the one you just left behind. That label is not intended to be a landing place or a destination. It is not a place to arrive to. This label is a ticket. It is a doorway. It is a gateway to your future. Whether your future is a college class, or an exciting new job interview, or maybe someday you want to own your own business. Whatever your dream may be, your achievement here today is the first step in choosing the life that you want to have. Graduates, this is what I came here to tell you today. You have made a choice. You did not settle for the label of being a high school dropout.